Do you want to have better communication with your husband or your boyfriend? Well, I have something today we're going to talk about that's getting in the way of that. And not only getting in the way of being able to communicate, it's getting in the way of having him fall in love with you, which you want him to be doing every day. That's how love deepens. Hi, I'm Kara O, and today is another edition of Lip Smackin' Love. Do you play the blame game? Well, that's something that a lot of people do. They don't realize they do it. And I know you get frustrated. I know you get angry. I know you get hurt and upset. But playing the blame game is not how you're going to get your needs met. It's not how you're going to get him to change. It's not how you're going to create more love and improve your relationship. You know what it does? It causes him to put up a wall. The moment you go into, you should have, or why didn't you, or, that finger out there, it's like jabbing someone in the chest. Do you know how icky that would feel? What people do when that happens, whether literally or, just with the words or with this, is they put up a wall so that they can protect themselves from your attacks. It's an attack. When you blame someone, you are attacking them. So what are they going to do? Anyone who's being attacked is going to protect themselves. And the way that men protect themselves is they just put up a wall and they don't hear it. They also are focusing on what are they going to say to counter, to defend themselves, to counter all this stuff that's coming at them. So can you see how this would actually be counter to you wanting to have a better relationship? I'm assuming the reason you're blaming someone is you want to solve a problem. You have a problem. So blaming is totally the wrong thing to do, but people do it all the time. So start paying attention to how you communicate with your guy and stop blaming. The better thing to do is to just say, you know what, honey, I have a problem, and I'd really like to know if you could help me solve it. And then you just describe how you're feeling about something that's going on, whether he's done something or hasn't done something, whatever it might be, just state it as, I have a problem, and I'd really like your help solving it. And you know what about men? I'm an expert on men. I spent 2 years studying men and finding out what makes them tick. And one of the things they love to do is solve problems. That's just part of their DNA. They love it. So if you give them a problem to solve, they're like, yes, they jump right in and like, let's get to it. But if you go, you know what, when you didn't do that and you did that, for one thing, you look really ugly when you go into that, and ugly is always repelling, but he's defending instead of going, okay, how can I help you with your problem? And when you talk about your problem, don't do any blaming. And this is something that I'm going to do another video on to go in more depth, but you should never use sex as a reward or punishment. Ever, 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 ever. Never. But when you are having these problems and you're communicating badly, which is what blaming is, it's just a bad form of communication, then you don't feel as close and he doesn't feel as close, and so you're not going to want to have sex. Yeah, you might want make-up sex, but the stuff that got stirred up is still there, and it's festering and it's growing, and it will eventually push you apart. So just notice whether you're playing the blame game or not. And notice whether you're doing it at work and with your family and your friends. Notice whether you're a blamer or not. Because when you are, people are building walls between you and them. I don't think that's what you want. That's not how love grows. That's how you end up isolating yourself and being alone and lonely. There's so much more I have to share about what makes men tick, and I invite you to check out menmadeeasy.com, because that's where all of this starts. It's the foundation of everything I teach, in particular, feminine grace. And feminine grace is the opposite of blaming. Blaming is ugly. You want to be beautiful in how you are. So, that's it for today. I'm Kara O, wishing you lots of lip smack and love. Mwah!